You're held at gunpoint and asked for a reason not to pull the trigger. What do you say? What's the meaning of life? What would be the worst song to pick for the first dance at a wedding? U2? I still haven't found what I'm looking for. That feels like a real passive-aggressive choice. The soundtrack of Plants vs. Zombie. Excuse me? I'd love that. Nah, I think you misread. He said best, not worst. I Write Sins, Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. Gold Digger by Kanye. That really is a choice that you would do if you already don't like your partner. And in that case, why are you getting married? I Hate Myself for Loving You by Joan Jett. All My Exes Live in Texas. That one's not that bad unless you are currently in Texas. Every Breath You Take. And yet it is creepily common as a first song too. Yikes. WAP. I mean, maybe The New Bride is a freak. This one's a good choice only if the groom is bussing it down. Seabat. Gotta save that one for the honeymoon suite. We're gonna be haunted by that song forever, right? Like, it's never gonna leave. What are the most overused, redundant, and annoying comments on Reddit? I'm gonna get downvoted for this, but... Comment proceeds to be one of the most upvoted comments. It's amazing how well the reverse psychology works, too. Not all heroes wear capes. Very original. Man, a lot of people really are just bots who only repeat whatever was last positively reinforced. As funny as this thread is, it's also kind of creeping me out. The very existence of this thread shows at least sometimes Reddit is able to question itself and break free of that mentality. This comment right here, officer. How do you delete someone else's comment? I'm not crying. You're crying. When someone makes a point around a general principle and then someone challenges it, not by arguing that principle, but by providing some convoluted exception that isn't applicable to anything outside of that context, and feels super smart about it because their opponent forgot to mention that unusual exception irrelevant to the overall topic exist. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Am I the only one who... blank? No. The answer is 99% of the time, no. Unpopular opinion? Insert obviously very popular opinion. These ones always feel so pick-me. It's like, not to be controversial, but I think war is bad? What is seen as empowering, but really shouldn't be? Being rude and aggressive. It's honestly so much easier just to be a nice person. Buying courses from online business gurus. For real, please don't fall for these. Like, it's just a new way that they can get money from suckers. The grind for money. I work in a warehouse and everyone just brags about all the overtime they're working. One of the guys who has been there for 15 years told me, we don't get paid well because the job is hard. We get paid well because it takes up most of our time. Look, if you want to brag about how much you're letting the company exploit you for less money, then go for it. But I'm not gonna do extra work if it's not in my description. MLMs. You are not a small business owner if you have no say in branding, pricing, packaging, etc. These are predatory companies that sell the idea of empowerment through subpar products and practices. I'm a boss bitch. And the male version, whatever that is, I'm an alpha male. Insisting that you are perfect just the way you are, and anyone who says different is just a hater and shouldn't be listened to. Yes, haters exist, but if you're consistently hearing that you have problems from people around you, you need to do some introspection instead of cutting those people off for being negative or toxic. Often, being empowered is put forward to veil selfish behaviors. What are things that people glorify that are actually bad for you? Not sleeping enough. Your body needs sleep, and it is very unhealthy to not get your adequate amount. Hustle culture in general is a one-way ticket to a heart attack at 40. Undying loyalty. Sure, it's good to be reliable and all, but whenever you let jobs/people take advantage of that, it really destroys you. Overworking yourself. Again, that's just people bragging that they're exploiting themselves for a company. Like, come on, buddy, like, please. Social media. Being a famous celebrity. Too many bad things that people glorify. The only good thing about being a celebrity is being rich. Other than that, you're getting messages daily, you're getting death threats, it doesn't matter. Cleanses. Your gut microbiology does not need to be re-terraformed every month. Luxury brands. They are good for rich people, but really bad for people who strive to look like the rich. Thank God I never bought into like Supreme. Just throw me in a thrift store, give me a $2 t-shirt, I'll wear it for 6 years. Alcohol. No, you just don't get it. It's like so cool to drink a lot and then have health problems. Celebrity opinions. God, if I have to hear one more rich person give an opinion on what the working class should be doing, Ooh, I'm gonna go bananas. Putting your job above everything else so you can make it. It's not inherently bad to like really dedicate yourself to your craft, but if you're putting everything you have into your job at Walmart, I value yourself a little bit better, please. Shopping therapy. This one is really dangerous, but it's just, when you're spending money, you just feel good for some reason. It sucks. What are some hygiene tips everyone should know? When you're in the shower, open the cheeks and let the water run down. It's not that hard. If you have bad breath that doesn't go away, you may have tonsil stones. Oh, dang, I didn't know that was a potential cause. Make sure your clothes get completely dry. You'll smell like mildew otherwise. If something is worth doing, it's worth half it. Say you're running late and need to be out the door 10 minutes ago. It's still worth giving your teeth a 10-second scrub rather than skipping it. From someone who works in medicine, literally wash your butt often. Everyone looks at me weird when I'm washing my in the bathroom sink at work. Well, clearly your coworkers just don't like washing their butts. Deodorant is not meant to go on top of bad smells. The bad smells come from bacteria. Shower first, then put deodorant on. It works by making your skin uninhabitable for bacteria. The nice scent is the cherry on top. The main benefit is preventing the bad smell from growing. If you wear earrings, take them off and clean frequently. Unless you like the cheese smell, I don't know. Keep your nails clean. Tidying your nails helps you prevent spreading germs into your mouth. I just don't know how all that crap gets under my fingernails. I don't touch that much stuff. If someone offers you breath mints, take them without question. Don't take insult to it, just take them. You probably need them. Wash behind your ears. It's not an old wives' tale that grandmas scold kids with. There are lots of oil-producing sebaceous glands there. You can get a nasty smell, and you can even get flaky skin or cheese buildup behind there if you don't wash with soap. My dentist told the kids, if you only brush once, brush at night. She also said if you let your kids trick or treat, allow them to eat all of the candy as soon as possible so as to get all sugar past their teeth as soon as possible. What is something that everyone just pretends to like? You can say my sick nasally voice right now. It's okay, I get it. Their haircut when the hairdresser shows you the back of it with their little mirror. I just don't have the heart to tell them that I don't like it, even though I'm paying them to do a good job. The pizza party at work for working 300 extra hours in a month to meet quotas. Before social media, pictures of other people's vacations that got developed at the drugstore. Having the restaurant staff sing you happy birthday. My boyfriend secretly arranged this for me at a TGI Fridays last year. But when the guy came over with cake, he said, I hope you don't mind, but I really hate singing, so I'm not going to. I was perfectly happy with my free cake and no embarrassing singing. Everyone on match sites just fucking lives to hike in the mountains. That or go on adventures. What does that mean? Are we killing a dragon or going to Target? Like, I need to know. Mother effing work outings. Why does every executive team make these happen when 99% of people hate it? Don't they hate it too? Why? Their jobs, especially in the resume era. Like, bro, nobody gives a fart about why they want to work at McDonald's and how much they love it. We work for money, period. But you gotta go in there and put on a show about how you're passionate about sweet and sour sauce and hope one day to achieve your dream of becoming a clown who sells French fries. Don't get me wrong, I'm the most extroverted person I know, and I'm perfectly fine with social interaction. But when I'm out and about running errands, just about the last thing I want is to run into someone I barely know and have to make small talk. Unless you are a friend of mine or you at least actually have something specific you want to say to me, if you see me in public, here is the protocol. Observe me, recognize me, wave and smile if I look in your direction. I will reciprocate. Go do literally anything other than approach me. Baby showers. Just stab me with a plastic fork in the eye. How are you gonna shower the baby if the baby's not even born yet? Come on, people. What fast food chain should go out of business? On the flip side, there's an A&W place near my house, and in 23 years of living here, I'd never gone there until a couple months ago, and it was great. Delicious burger. KFC's quality has dropped in the last 10 years. It's not the same delicious, well-cooked chicken I remember. Subway. You can't get a footlong for less than $10 now, and it's not even a good sandwich compared to just about anywhere else. As sad as it makes me, Burger King, at least in the part of the US I live in. It's been years since I was satisfied by the taste, thanks to undercooked patties, cold hard buns, stale fries, employees that seem like they'd rather not be there, drive-through as that smell like rotted soft drinks, and overall the locations are looking run down. Even their advertising has been sloppy and sometimes outright inappropriate. Is Burger King even trying anymore? When I was a kid, I remember them being a legit competitor to McDonald's and Wendy's Wendy's was barely an afterthought. Now it's McDonald's versus Wendy's for me. McDonald's versus Burger King for me now feels like Walmart versus Kmart, and then Wendy's is Target. Panera. It's both overpriced and super bland. I mean, you could rag on them for having mac and cheese in a bag that they just put in boiling water, but I mean, that's fast food for you. Subway. Their bread has so much sugar, it legally has to be classed as a cake in Ireland. The Krusty Krab. The owner is such a greedy twat. From overworking his staff to not caring about their well-being, like, how are you still in business? Tim Hortons, for not having up-to-par food, in my opinion at least, and treating their employees like once they stopped making donuts in-house, it went downhill fast. Their menu is bland and boring. Unfortunately, in the States, we don't got Timmy's, but I think it's owned by Burger King, so I guess that's what happened. What's your comfort movie? Treasure Planet. Beautiful movie. Love the animation. I need to rewatch it soon. Hot Fuzz. Edgar Wright just doesn't miss. Jurassic Park. I could watch it all day, every day. Love that movie. Legal Blonde. Is that some sort of X-rated parody of Legally Blonde? 10 Things I Hate About You. Ratatouille. Ugh, a feel-good classic. Christmas Vacation. Yeah, that one always just gives me some nostalgia. Haven't watched it in a while because Chevy Chase is Spirited Away. I wish I could capture the same feeling I had when I was like 10 and I first watched this. What is something everyone pretends to dislike? Nose picking. Everyone does it, you can't lie. When someone's yard gets flocked with pink plastic flamingos, I wish someone would do it to me. Free plastic flamingos! Nickelback. They have sellout gigs and sell buttloads of records, yet everyone claims to hate them. Wish I could be rich while apparently being really bad at something to the point everyone hates me. Pineapple on pizza and the word moist. Odds are you don't give a shit. Gingers. I don't understand the hate towards gingers. I think, if you got red hair, you're kind of cute. Attention. Everyone wants a little bit of attention, but if you have extreme anxiety, then it is terrifying when it's a lot. Everybody loves gossip. People say that they don't like gossip because it's considered a sort of shallow thing to enjoy, and because few people like being caught in the awkward aftermath of gossip coming to light. But whenever I'm in a social setting and someone decides to start dishing on some third party, all ears perk up and everyone has their little piece to add. We're social creatures and we love the jostling of favor, the feeling of being in, the chance to say the things we've avoided saying because it's rude. I'm not saying gossip is good, but I think almost everyone likes it more than they would care to admit. Family Guy. I feel like I'm the only one in the world that actually admits to liking the show. There are some funny bits, but I'm not gonna go watch a full episode. Compliments. Sure, compliments are nice, but how do I respond? I just get all flustered and thank you. Popular music. People say they hate popular music, and then if you ask them what they listen to, they will say some like Pink Floyd or Queen. Just because they are older groups doesn't mean they aren't still very popular. Yes, those unknown niche bands like the Rolling Stones, the Smiths, and the Beatles. You probably won't have heard of them, but they're really good. Various companies that people will still buy things from anyway. For example, Nestle, Amazon, Apple, ExxonMobil, etc. I don't know if it's pretending to dislike them, it's more these companies have monopolies over a lot of things people need to be a part of society. Food, energy, tech, logistics. I don't like any of these companies morally, but if the only alternative is a worse, more expensive deal or nothing at all, then I'm going to use them anyway. LOL. It's just the unfortunate consequence of capitalism. These people own everything. If your significant other sent you a cameo video to tell you they're dumping you, which celebrity would you want to soften the blow? Dan Povenmire doing the Dr. Doofenshmirtz voice. Oof, that'll be just as rough as Dr. Doof's life. Matthew McConaughey. Well, hello there. It's a sad fact in life that sometimes you get dumped, and now it's your turn. But we pick ourselves up, we come back, we grow, and after a little while, we feel better and move on to bigger and better things. I believe in you, and your future, and your ability to get through tough times. And to that I say, all right. That was the worst impression I could have done. We'll move past it. James Earl Jones. It would be like being wrapped in a subwoofer. Looks up into the sky, sees swirling clouds. Your girlfriend has rejected who you are and so must reject reject who she is. Look inside yourself, Plick Plick. You are more than what you have become with her. You must take your place with someone else in the circle of life. Again, bad impression. Move past it. Dolly Parton. She's such a nice lady. I bet she'd have some really shady, creative names to call my ex. Yeah, she could dump me and I'd feel like it was the best thing to happen to me. Ryan Reynolds. I feel like the whole time he'd just be like subtly making fun of you, but you're just lost in his eyes so you don't hear it. Leonardo DiCaprio, and the reason is I turned 26. What will put a smile on your face apart from money? Nice food. Let's grab something to eat and share a smile together. Wait, did you ask this question to like get a date? What are you doing? I've been with my partner for 42 years and I can see him across a room or walking towards me down the street and it makes me smile. My lips. I was about to say meta, but now that word is ruined forever. Yeah, thanks Zuckerberg. A guitar that feels just right. Actually having a friend or someone who cares about my existence. Things will get better, pepperoni. It's fine. Autumn and winter. I can't wait. Yeah, bring on the cold, the snow, everything. Gimme now. I hate the summer. Puppies and kittens. Aw, yeah, they're just so small and it's so cute. When I meet a cat and go piss, 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 and they come over and say hi. A satisfying fart after holding it for a long time. My son. I dropped him off at school this morning. He said, "Mommy, I need one more hug." Oh my, that definitely makes me smile. Knowing that my friends are doing good. Aw, that's really wholesome. Live music by good artists. Watching a bird take a bath. Pervert. Give him some privacy. Would you want birds watching you? The Botox wearing off. Yeah, that'll do it. What's one movie you'll always recommend to people? I think my top two right now are Everything Everywhere All at Once and Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. It is so unbelievably cute. Go watch it. Snatch. Heard of it? Never seen it. So, The Princess Bride. Now this is another criminal offense. I have not watched The Princess Bride. Oopsies. Hot Fuzz. Oh, we got it again. Big Fish. I remember watching this when I was younger and I was so lost on what was happening, but now it's pretty cool. The Edge of Tomorrow. Oh my god, it's so cool. Oh, it's an American anime. We finally got one. Shawshank Redemption, Pursuit of Happiness, and Amelie. Hello, I am Amelie. I cook an egg with a spoon. Best comedy of all time, Step Brothers. Did you touch my drum set? The stranglehold Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly had over Gen X and millennials. Oh my god. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Never heard of it, so I guess I have homework. Big Trouble in Little China. That movie is top tier. It's just so goofy. Like, it definitely deserves a watch. Maybe not multiple, but it's so fun. A few. Lord of the Rings. Epic story and cinematography. Paul. Great laugh without too much thinking. Forrest Gump. I've seen that movie so many times, and it was mostly when I was a kid, so I still don't really know what was happening. Labyrinth. Although it's not for everyone. What, you don't want to see David Bowie play with the fushigi? Kung Fu Panda. Oh, just an absolute classic. Very excited for the next one. Your goal is to make everybody's life that extra bit harder by removing one everyday item from existence. What do you remove? Probably cell phones at this point. That'll ruin the world. All types of knives. Have fun trying to do any kind of cooking anywhere. I'd remove light bulbs. Yeah, just put us back in the dark ages, sure. Key rings. I guess that's an inconvenience, but not a big one. Toilets. Fine. I like peeing outside. One little piece of every doorknob so that they all work different, and you never know if it's going to fall off in your hand or not. Smartphones. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the world would collapse without them at this point. Thumbs. Oh my god, yeah, just de-evolve everyone, why don't you? Left shoes. Okay, Experiment 626. Can opener. You ever try to open a can without a can opener? I can't believe that it was 50 years between the invention of the can and the invention of the can opener. You see, if this was compiled with the knife one, it would actually be impossible. Traffic lights. If those have already been taken, then the painted markings on the road itself. It's not like people even follow those anyways, so nothing changes. Internet. This is in the same sense of smartphones. If the internet was just gone, oh my god, what would happen? How How can you prove that you are not Batman? I have about $13 in my bank account. Pull up a screenshot of bank account balance. Yeah, exactly. That's what I just did. Show them my parents. I also show them this guy's parents. You've been adopted. Sorry. I can't even find Gotham City on a map. It's next to New Zealand. Oh, because it's fake and it doesn't exist. Got it. By having superpowers. Ooh, good dig, actually. I have a Virginia. Hey, we don't know what Batman's got under there. Batman doesn't have curves like mine. Getting the girl I loved. My belt only holds my pants up and I drive a Prius. What's one book you read you'll never stop recommending? I don't read much, so let's see what people said. Small Gods by Terry Pratchett. It changed my outlook on life and religion. Love it. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It has adventure, humor, awesome characters, and much more. Definitely one of my many favorites. The Child Called It. That book changed how I viewed people, and not in a good way. The Body Keeps the Score. Triggering, but oh so validating. Flowers for Algernon. The Hobbit. I read it in high school, and it is pretty good compared to what the movies show. What are your best cooking tips? Clean as you go, otherwise you'll have a huge mess at the end. You can always add more salt, but you cannot unsalt dishes. Taste your food. If you're not tasting it before serving it, what are you doing? Garlic and onion powder go a long way. No matter what the recipe says, one garlic clove is never enough garlic, ever. Wash pots, pans, and other cooking items while cooking. Don't leave it for later, because once you finish cooking and you're eating, you're not gonna want to clean it. You're gonna want to go to sleep after. Sharp knives are safe and efficient knives. Learn to use a knife sharpener or whetstone. The best advice I can give to anyone learning how to cook is knife skills. Learn to cut/chop well. Learn to hold your knife properly when chopping, when moving around the kitchen, etc. If all your bits of food are cut properly, then your food will most likely cook at the same time, avoiding meals that are somewhat overcooked or undercooked. This technical skill of wielding your blade properly will probably increase the percentage of a yummy meal. Always add salt to boiling water. It'll improve the flavor of the pasta. The most important ingredient of all, paying attention. Men of Reddit, what is having balls like? I think they're pretty cool, but I'm weird, so it's nuts. Pretty ballsy of you. They hurt sometimes. One kick and that's genocide to 10 trillion babies. The average load is around 100 million swimmers. Not quite 10 trillion. I really don't like that you referred to it as a load. Firstly, Google cat with no hair. That's sort of the texture to expect if you've never seen a pair. How do they feel? Like a hollow stress ball, if I had to say. Magical. Truly enchanting. Kinda sucks. They just hang there being all sweaty, sticking to a thigh. Really easy to attack. Not a great design, really. It's like having boobs between your legs. How big are your nuts, my man? Great, except for us side sleepers and always worrying if and when one of them goes up inside, it might not come back out. There's suddenly a blackout for the next 24 hours. How would you spend your time? Probably sleeping until it's over. But it's still gonna be sunny outside, it's just your electricity won't work. Eat all the ice cream in my freezer before it melts. Have a super chill day gardening and finding my candles. Read by candlelight once it gets dark, or do some stargazing since there would be very little light pollution. Oh, that's an awesome point. The light pollution aspect? Oh, that would be so cool. Well, definitely won't be online answering questions. Jerk off by candlelight, like the men who came before me. During the hours of daylight, I would be reading, walking the dogs, gardening, etc. During the hours of darkness, I'd sit with my wife and dogs with lit candles in front of our log fire and talk until we decide to go to sleep. Don't forget to look up! Reading books on my e-reader, or just be on my phone till it dies. Make some art, read a book, board games with family, maybe go for a walk. Keeping it simple. I like that. Spend half of that time learning to start a fire and the other half sitting beside it. You should definitely buy some matches, my friend. Gamers of Reddit, what is your favorite game quote? All your base are belong to us. What you say? It was a poor translation from Japanese game to a European port. War. War never changes. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Crash. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Would you kindly? I'll always see that phrase differently after BioShock. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start. Memes. The DNA of the soul. Mario, stop filling up my pipe. Wait, what? What would you do if you could become invisible for a day? Oof, I'd probably do some real shady shit. You don't block light rays, therefore making nothing you do shady. Okay, nerd. Boo. Sorry. Kill Putin. That only works if you're already in Russia, though. The same thing we do every day, Pinky. Browse Reddit and dream of things we cannot have. Find a blind person, strike up a friendly conversation, make everyone think the blind person is crazy for talking to himself or herself, or make everyone else crazy for hearing voices. Let the girls out and walk around liberated. Rob the rich. Yeah, I'd probably break into Elon's place and just send all of his Bitcoin to me. Walk around naked. It would be like the time I snuck into the girls' locker room, except this time I wouldn't be caught and then unfairly put on a list. I think that was pretty fair. I would go to my work and take a fat on my boss's desk for refusing to give raises. Not all heroes are visible. Enter Area 51. Nah, they'll still get you. They've got the thermal detection for it. What's a TV show you will never watch? Stranger Things. I know it's supposed to be great, but I'm just too far removed from it to start. The Walking Dead. I'm just not interested in zombies. Yeah, the zombie craze really died out in the past few years. The View. The View is really Keeping Up with the Kardashians. No, I don't think I will keep up with them. House of Dragons? The new Game of Thrones spin-off. Ending of Game of Thrones was such a complete disappointment. Maybe when the new series ends, if they don't recreate the dumpster fire, then I'll watch it. So far, I think it's pretty good. It's kind of strange, but we'll see how it goes. 13 Reasons Why. As someone who suffers from depression, I can't think of a piece of media that would trigger me more. Game of Thrones. It is good up until season 6, then it's more or less downhill. Any sitcoms or anything with a laughing track, but they help you know when it's funny. I was gonna say One Piece because of how long it is, but I looked it up and it's only like 410-ish hours, so I could do that. Now I'm gonna say This Is Us because it's a show my wife watched and I don't want to watch a show about a Steelers fan. Grey's Anatomy. I'm an ER kind of girl. Big Bang Theory. One of the worst sitcoms known to man. I especially hate that one character with the squeaky voice, whatever her name is. It's just a show that the joke is they're nerds and they say nerd things. That's it. But on that note, I will also never watch Young Sheldon. What is one thing you can do to change the world that costs no money? Be kind. You just won the internet with that comment. Vote. While it might seem pointless to some, it is very valuable, especially in your local elections. Definitely stay involved because that directly affects how you're living. Recycle. It's kind of a scam. In my apartment complex, we don't get the option to, which is really annoying. Listen to someone else's problems for 15 minutes when you're off work. Offer what advice you can. If everyone did this, I think a lot of anger could be safely vented. Push over trash cans into the street and kick the contents so it blocks traffic. It really mess up traffic and people will be late for work. Won't cost you a thing and the world will be different because you were there. Yeah, I guess the question didn't say how can you change the world for the better, so sure, buddy. Pick up litter/don't litter. It's the easiest thing. Hold your trash for like 10 minutes till you find a can. Start coughing and sneezing in your arm instead of just blowing snot and germs everywhere, especially in public. I unfortunately see that too often. After the few years we've had, if you haven't even picked up this one little skill, come on. Compassion. Again, I feel like this is a no-brainer. Pick up litter on the beach. The sea turtles, etc. don't care who dropped it, only that nobody picked it up. Volunteering. All it takes a small portion of your day. No money involved. Just get out there and do something, whether it be an animal shelter or a food drive. Smile. Edit. Unless you're a woman. I definitely didn't tell you to do What's the meaning of life? One must find their own meaning. For me, it's to live till January 27th, 2071, so I can die after w***ing a week straight to Queen Elizabeth's sister's tapes from the 1960s after MI5 releases them then. 42. That's the ultimate answer, not the answer to life. I don't believe there's any meaning to life. Like someone else said in the comments, asking the meaning of life is like asking the meaning of the waves in the ocean. It's kind of an odd question, but what makes life feel like it has a purpose is progress towards goals you set for yourself. So say you make a goal to become a professional runner. I think what would give your life a purpose then is the daily grind of training and watching yourself progress towards that goal. Living it. Live your life, as it all comes down to being a part of a complex system generated by physics, whether whether you like it or not. To die. Accurate, short explanation. To work and pay taxes? Boo! No, that's just what the companies want you to think. No one asks about the meaning of life when they're having a good time. Maybe that's it. If you're asking, you're doing it wrong. Nutella sandwiches. They're a simple little person, but it's fine. You're held at gunpoint and asked for a reason not to pull the trigger. What do you say? I gotta feed my cats. Fair enough. You can move on. I disarm them like the guy in Detroit Urban Survival, and then I shoot myself. Your tactics confuse and frighten me, sir. I'd tell them that if they pull the trigger, their penis is small. Please don't do this. I have pets. I'd pull out my Uno reverse card. Always stay one step ahead of them. Ammo is too expensive. Weirdly, that's actually a good answer. Like, don't waste your bullet on me. Here's my money. I gotta give my goldfish a shower. That one's a risky gamble, but I appreciate the effort. Why do you have a red moving dot on your head? Ah, flip it back on them, make them think they're gonna get shot. I have a lot of reasons not to pull the trigger. Like, I really enjoy living and breathing and stuff. Expelliarmus! Yeah, that only works if you have your wand ready. I think my answer is don't shoot. The video's over. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name's been Brandon, and I will see you in another one. Bye-bye!